Hey everybody, welcome to the Double Stuff Podcast. We are double the hosts, double the topics, and double the fun. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Charity. We're celebrating our 50-ish episode.
Which is also our 1-year anniversary. This is a big, huge deal for us.
And I'm very excited because this season we're going to be doing a little bit of a flashback. Most sitcoms have a flashback episode, so we might as well have one too.
Now, this episode is the best of our outtakes, and we as a group, we call them the after hours. So typically before we record, we like to warm up and do our mic checks, and we just kind of talk. We record everything. So sometimes the funniest things are said before and after we record.
It's actually a good practice to have, and a rule of thumb to remember is that you should always consider the microphone hot. So when you say something stupid or something embarrassing or weird, and don't even ask, oh, were you recording? Was the mic on?
Yes.
Just know
Yes,
that yes, we were recording and the mic was on. So very first up is our very first baby after hours clip. So very excited to show this again. So this was from season 1, episode 1. And we first launched our podcast on April Fool's Day. It was not a joke, it was the real thing.
Yep.
And Sarah was discussing the origin of April Fools. And so she just happened to casually mention to the rest of us about a certain pill that was used on hamsters. And we were not expecting the funny reactions that we had.
Did you know an April Fool's joke they made Viagra for hamsters? Not that we can use this for the podcast. It was just
Viagra for hamsters?
Who is watching hamsters have sex?
No, it was an April Fool's hoax.
This is taking a turn.
Absolutely. I'm really glad
Let's
I've
explore
recorded
this. Let's explore this a minute.
No.
How would you even know about or hear about?
You have to measure.
No, what?
Whoa! Whoa!
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought we were getting scientific. I was just saying.
No,
So is it centimeters, millimeters?
I don't
Inches?
know.
Stop me like that.
Wow.
It's like a baguette.
Was it Dean that was telling you about this? What in the world?
Wait, are we recording right now?
This is great. We can't put it in the show. Maybe it could be an extra.
100%.
It'll be some kind of extra we'll do for social
It'll be
media.
an after hours post.
Yeah, after hours.
This one's rated M for mature.
No, it was my fault. It's because when I was looking up stuff for April Fools, they had the top 100 hoaxes of all time. But apparently, April 1st, 2000. The Independent, which is a newspaper in Florida, they said that researchers had developed a Viagra-like pill to treat sexually frustrated pets, including hamsters. Veterinarians were said to have greeted the news with derision, but the article pointed out there are a few things as sad as a pet suffering from feelings of sexual inadequacy. So people actually thought that was a thing.
But see, that's one of those drugs that if it were real, you would have to test it on animals. So you can't have that little disclaimer at the bottom, like,
Yeah, but you're testing
Let's do human trials. It does nothing.
It actually makes it smaller. I'm sorry.
I got an itty.
It's just cold out. That's all. It's just cold out.
Where are you, Antarctica?
Okay, so we're going to play a list of After Hours episodes. We're going to play something called Allergy Man and Just Us Creams. These two actually were recorded during season 2 of Double Stuffed. And like I said, I think this happened after our recording of one of the episodes. And in Allergy Man, Alan was talking about how he was allergic to everything.
And the Just Us Creams came from when Sarah and I were starting the Just Us Cookies videos that we sort of did last year during lockdown. And while we were making it, we were wondering if the boys were going to feel left out. So we had suggested that maybe they should do a project on their own, but they had a little trouble coming up with a name for themselves.
And then the last one you're going to hear is the Yagasabi apple. So this happened in season 4. We were talking about apple spice versus pumpkin spice, and Dan couldn't find his research about apples.
I need to dip myself in like radioactive material or something.
No,
come up with a new problem.
Then you become allergy man.
Yeah, allergy man.
I'm allergic to everything.
When he sneezes, like everyone's like, no, they all fly away.
Radioactive sneezing.
Oh,
I'm allergic to allergy medicine.
no, it's like taking those seasick pills and the side effect is nausea. It's like that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yep.
Great.
That defeats the purpose of that.
It is true though. When you look at like medicine and stuff, I'm like the side effects are worse.
It's like, no, I'll keep my allergies. Thank you.
Yeah,
I don't want to
It'll
vomit
take away
and
your
headaches.
allergies, but your liver might not make it.
Yeah.
we need to go back to the apothecaries of like the Shakespearean times.
Arsenic and
Yeah.
Leeches. We need to drain your blood.
I have 100%
bleed ya.
thought I want to get
Yeah.
a plague mask and wear it.
I gotta say, your Just Us cookie stuff is hilarious.
Oh yeah.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Sarah was worried. She's like, are they going to be upset that we're
No.
keeping them out?
Oh my
I was
god,
like, well, we can't do anything with the guys. We're in quarantine, so
Yeah.
it's just
Absolutely.
us. So,
Okay.
okay.
it's hilarious.
Yeah,
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah. I must admit, I was hesitant because I'm like, oh, it's a Sarah and Charity show. Forget you guys.
Just us cream. Me and Dan are going to do our own.
We were talking
That's what I'm
about
saying. Are you guys?
there's no good
No.
name we can go. Like, here comes the cream.
Yeah. Basically, yeah. Cream McGee over here.
It's cream time.
I know. I was thinking that too. I'm like, there's no good that comes out of cream.
Yeah, it's not. There's nothing. Yeah.
About that.
Oh my gosh.
No, it's true because I was like, how's that gonna work? Oh my god.
No, it only works for us.
It only works.
But we were planning on hopefully with certain things that you guys will be included in it. So.
And our special guest, our own host.
Oh gosh. Okay, I'm glad we're all on the same wavelength on
No,
that
they're
one.
great. You guys have been doing awesome.
Yay.
Good.
Fun
Good.
I have not been able to locate that article.
Oh, with the apples? If we're not able to, we can find something else.
Oh,
'cause-
you could just make stuff up, Dan. Nobody knows
Did
that.
you know apples are
The Yagasabi
purple?
apple? That one's delicious. That's the apple that's grown inside a pear, and then you split the pear to eat the apple.
And then there's another apple inside. This is the nesting apple.
Yeah, inside that is a grape.
What kind of crossbreeding are we doing here?
And it only grows in the highest mountains of Mount Fuji.
Mount Fuji. I was going to say Mount Fuji.
I'd eat that.
Okay, next up is our holiday portion of this segment. So this is where we have the conversation about Ebenezer Scrooge. Now this was actually recorded during season 1, but we decided to play it during season 4 because that's when we did all of our holiday episodes. So this conversation led us to the fact that as we got older, we sort of sided with Ebenezer Scrooge just a little bit.
And we just finished season 5, and one of the episodes fell on Valentine's Day. So in this After Hours post, Charity talks about her views on how many stuffed animals that a guy can give a girl on Valentine's Day. Me and Charity had a conversation. We were talking about Ebenezer Scrooge, right? Maybe the older I've gotten, I've started to oddly sympathize with Scrooge more. Honestly, the reason why he's grumpy is because his girlfriend left him.
Well, yeah, that's
That's the whole movie.
of
in
course,
a
it's a
nutshell.
woman's fault, right? He has to
Obviously.
screw all these people out of their money
Well,
and make Bob Cratchit work on Christmas
That's
because
true.
he got dumped back in the day, right?
It's about
That's
it's
what
a
it is.
metaphor that once love leaves your life, your heart is
course.
empty.
Absolutely.
And cold.
Okay, but let's go back to the relationship part because
Yeah,
in
yes.
reality, when everyone first gets into a relationship, it's all like, oh, the stars are aligned
That's
and
true.
everything's perfect. She got upset, I guess, because the honeymoon stage was over and she's like, money has taken over. And really, I think he just got used to her.
If money's your focus
Yeah.
instead of relationships, you're going to be left with ghosts and baggage and a life of heartache. The metaphor is it's
Yeah.
better to have
Better to give than to receive.
There you go.
Because the Cratchit family is happier, despite even though
Yes.
they're poor, they have each other and they have love. It's been a long time since I've even read like the original story. My thing
movies,
is the
too.
Mickey Mouse Christmas Carol is what I'm thinking
Aw,
of. So
well,
like
little
in
tiny
my
Tim.
mind, exactly.
So cute.
I could be way off there.
So we're all poor, but we can cut and fillet peas together.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's right.
Like a
Exactly.
good family should.
Yeah.
My rule at some point when I do get in a relationship, you're only allowed to do the stuffed animal 1 year. Because let's say the girl that you're with, that's the one you're going to marry.
Okay.
You get her a stuffed animal every year. If she's really sentimental, she's going to move
Keep
in
all
with you.
of them.
And you're going to have about 20 stuffed animals in
Okay,
your
I'll
house.
go along with that.
And You've seen those giant
Yeah,
ones?
they're like life size.
the ones that are like the size of a truck
The,
or
the-
whatever.
the
But
ones
when-
that'll scare you in your sleep when you wake up and you see this figure.
That's usually like what first year relationship that you just want to go over the top and say, "This is how much I love
Well, see,
you."
that's the first year relationship, and then as the years go by,
Yeah.
it becomes the oh crap, let me go to Walgreens real quick. What
Oh,
do they
yeah.
have left?
That's
and
right.
It's usually the stuffed animal with like a mug of candy or whatever. And
Yeah.
at some point, she's going to have about 30 stuffed animals, and they're all going to be in your house
Yeah,
one
that's
day.
right.
if you want to see the guy that forgot, go to the store. There is a line of men in the flower section.
Uh-huh.
You can look at their face. They're like, "Oh no, I hope there's some flowers
Yeah.
left."
The roses are gone, the carnations are gone. It's like, what's this weed here? Well, it's got a nice ribbon on
It's
it.
the weed of love, my precious.
Here's 2 sprigs of baby's breath. Happy Valentine's Day.
Now, we all love animals, so it's no surprise that we get a chance to talk about them before and during each of our episodes. So we start off with Alan talking about how he can communicate with owls, and then we move to the zoo, where Dan discusses his time volunteering here at the Sedgwick County Zoo and his dealings with an ill-tempered chimp.
And I also talk about an incident that happened at the zoo. We were on location shooting, and I saw some hippos doing things.
Well, we had a expert bird watcher or
Ornithologist.
one of them. One of them people.
One of them bird peoples.
Came in, and she said that you can call to owls. So you're supposed to go, who cooks for you all?
Who
You-
cooks? What?
That's baloney.
That's what I said, and an owl showed up. So that night I was walking the dog, and I heard an owl, and I was like, hoo. But anyway, I didn't hear anything else. There was no call. I went walking about another 10 feet, and then I heard, whoo, really loud, and up on the street lamp was the owl.
You know what? I'm going to go with malarkey.
Yeah.
That's malarkey.
That's what I said, Dan. I ate the malarkey on that one. I did the pretend I didn't say anything, just put my head down, keep walking.
You got ashamed because an owl caught you talking to him.
Dude, I was talking smack. I got called out for it, and I punked out. That's
Yeah.
what happened. If you're walking out at night and you hear an owl say, who cooks for you all, but like try to do it like
Wait, the owl says who cooks for
in an owl accent.
An owl
No,
accent?
Says that I'm turning
Owl
to charity.
accent.
I'm Bolton.
This
I'm
is what
out
I
of
saw.
it.
Barred
A
owl.
barred
Oh,
owl.
so he
Well,
talks
that makes sense.
Shakespeare.
Yeah.
He speaks
No,
Shakespeare.
Barred.
Oh, Bard.
Oh.
I was
Yeah, I liked barred owl.
I was
better.
Like,
really proud of that Shakespeare
Like
joke.
a lawyer who didn't get fired, he's barred.
That's a really specific kind
That's
of
a
owl.
very specific
It
owl.
is.
Let me see if I can
An
It's a
owl,
legal owl.
an owl with a lawyer degree.
It's Owl Esquire.
Oh, I love that title. Oh, there's a bit
I
of
can
a
hear
trill
it.
there.
I never would guess I was an owl though if I heard
Who
that.
cooks for you all? Let me show you a picture of it, like what was staring at me.
Oh, with the dead
that's
eyes.
awesome.
Yeah, look
Yeah.
at those eyes.
I like the owls with the orange eyes and the little pointy fur.
I used to know what those were called. I don't remember.
Yeah, and this is what
Horned
it
owl
looked
to
like
Horned
when I
owl?
was
Yeah.
when it was coming at me.
No,
Yeah,
not
dinner.
today, Satan.
That's a lot.
I didn't get to get into when I was doing the volunteer work at the zoo, dodge and poop. I worked with the chimpanzees, and I had to do a quick duck.
What was that in Madagascar? If you have any proof, fling it now. I didn't know they actually did that in real life.
They absolutely do. That was the first thing they told us was like to be careful and keep your eye on them. Don't take your eye off of them.
Oh,
So you
my-
were in the enclosure with the chimpanzees?
We were behind it. We would do feeding time with them, and I would like help them, carry around the bucket and stuff like that. And they would, get all worked up and riled up. But the youngest one was ornery. One time I bent down to grab a bucket, and I looked up and I saw him reach his hand down.
Oh,
And I had
no.
to keep checking my hair because I wasn't wearing my hat at the time. And I was like, oh, I hope I didn't get any of my hair. Oh, it's so gross.
Did you ever get hit once though?
I didn't get hit. No.
It's bad enough when you step accidentally in poo.
Yeah, but nobody wants it thrown in their face.
Exactly. That's like it'd be the worst.
I would have hurled. I mean, I have such a weak stomach. If I ever got hit with that, I'd be done.
Yeah, I'm with you on
I
that.
guess you're like, oh yeah, well two can play that game.
You know what, though, Sarah? It's the only way they respect you.
I don't know if you remember this, Dan. I think this was your first year here when you started working at the station. Me and you, we went to the zoo with Mike and Phil and some kids because we were doing a shoot.
I do remember that.
Yeah. Was it? I think they were teaching the alphabet, so we were trying to find each animal to go with the different letters of the alphabet.
Yep.
And I think we got to the hippo exhibit? The hippos were doing things, and and so the kids were like, "What are the hippos?" And we're like, "Just go, just keep going."
XYZ.
Yeah. I think that might have been the first time I went to the zoo, at least the one in Wichita.
Hippo balancing on her back.
Circus act.
So for those of you who have been listening to our podcast throughout the year, you probably noticed that we do mess up a lot. Very often we do keep some of the mistakes in just because we find it really funny. But in Alan's case, we had to keep doing retakes. And then in this next After Hours clip, we hear why Dan isn't a father yet. And the third clip you hear is never before heard. So Charity was talking about wanting to take part in an escape room and wanted us to join in, but I'm not sure that we would be very good at it.
Whatever you would think that your life would be, as far as better that it would take. I'm messing up this ending.
Yeah, you want to say that again?
I'm messing it all up. All right. Well, with that being said, whatever your dreams are, shoot for the stars. Why not? But remember to
shooting for stars costs money.
That's right. And you're going to need a lot to get to it. I don't know how to end this
Are
one.
you trying to say something like, it's okay to aim for the high life, but be thankful for what you have?
I like it.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
All right.
So
Another
take
clap.
3. Okay. It's calm faces.
Well, whatever your dreams are, make sure that you are thankful for what you have and where you are right now. And you know what? Shoot for the stars anyway. See how far you can get. That's what we're doing. Is that not okay? No, should we do another one?
No.
That's what we're doing.
I mean, to be honest, we should keep all the takes in there because they were terribly funny. Time is money, and we just spent 21 minutes worth.
You know, like when you're in high school and you have like to carry the fake babies around, and legitimately mine was broken. That's what they told me at the end of like when they ran it was all computerized, right? So they plugged it in and they ran like a report on it, how many times it cried, how many times its head flipped back, stuff like that. But because I got so tired of dealing with it, in the back of the head, there was like a little gap. If the head fell back too far, it would hit a button. So I took a golf tee and I stuck it in the back of the neck of the doll so the head couldn't move. And I was like, problem solved. I don't have to worry about it now.
And this is why Dan isn't a father
Dan's
yet.
not a fatfather yet. Yeah, don't try this at home. Do not stick golf tees in your
That's
baby's
true. I bet
neck.
you
Only works for dolls.
That's right.
At some point, once the COVID rules die down and Dan will be back, I did want us to do an escape room.
We'll be either very good or hilariously bad. I'm definitely leaning toward the latter.
When I did an escape room, I feel like I did pretty good for myself. I was looking for small details, I was able to figure out
But
stuff.
you also did it with your seemingly more intellectual friends. You haven't done it with us yet.
You know what we should do?
That's true.
We should do teams and who can get out faster.
I'm down for
we
either.
should do
but
it as a group first,
Okay.
and then do it again and split up just to see
Yeah.
how good or bad we
Yeah.
are first, so we know what we're dealing with.
Anybody who gets me is going to be handicapped.
I'm all for Dan and Alan getting it together just to see they will both never make it out. Me and you.
I'm stuck.
Okay, we're going to end our episode with a very long goodbye. So this last clip was never supposed to be heard at all.
So one of us, I'm not going to mention Alan's name, but one of us had a great idea that we should end our podcast by singing goodbye as if we're the Von Trapp family. But the problem is, only 2 of us can sing, and the others are Alan and Dan.
Are we going to do a sign off or something?
What's our sign off?
I was going
Exactly.
to say we need to talk
How
about
about
how
we
we're going to
just say
format the show.
goodbye in harmony? Ready? 3, 2, 1. Goodbye.
Wait a second. We didn't discuss this. Who's the soprano? Who's the baritone?
who's starting? Okay, I'm an alto. Sarah's
I'm
a
a
soprano.
soprano.
Wait, are we going to do like the Von Trapp family singers?
Goodbye.
Okay, so bass, tenor, alto, soprano.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I
though.
do. I was
Are you
joking.
serious?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
you-
totally joking.
You sing
You're
low.
the lowest. You're the second lowest. I'm the third lowest. She's the highest. Pick a note.
Goodbye. I don't know. Do I got to go lower?
Yeah.
Okay, ready?
I don't have a singing voice.
Let's
I don't
do
know
it.
why I
Let's
did
do
that.
it in a 3 count. Ready?
1,
1, 2, 3. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Do I have to hold
Yeah.
it?
So,
Well,
so,
no,
so,
you-
it's, so it's, no, no, it's
Goodbye.
goodbye, goodbye,
Oh, man,
goodbye,
you guys are
goodbye.
good. Oh, wow.
Wow, you guys are
That's
actually
it.
good.
We did
We
choir.
actually sing.
I did
What did we
choir,
do?
but then I left
Why don't
for
you
a
guys
reason.
do
I was like,
Okay.
then puberty hit, right?
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
So say it.
Oh.
Goodbye.
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 Goodbye. Do I have to hold it?
Yeah, hold it.
Okay.
Goodbye.
I feel myself going up.
Okay,
I'm so
but
bad.
you have to hold yours the
Okay.
longest.
Good. Okay. I'm gonna check.
Goodbye.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Goodbye.
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 I knew that.
Alec, keep your eyes open.
Yeah, you can't give me some of your hands. You can't see the top.
And this is why we're doing a podcast and not an ensemble.
Goodbye, everybody.
Well, that's all for today. Thanks for listening. There were some other After Hours clips that weren't included in today's episode, but you can listen to all of them as well as any other projects that we've done on our YouTube page, and you can find that at Double Stuffed Podcast.
And if you want to listen to all of our episodes, just go on to doublestuffpod.com. We're also available on Facebook and Instagram at Double Stuff Podcast, and check us out on Twitter at DoubleStuffedP, as in the letter P.